Guys, all right, in this video I'm going to tell you guys how to get over that hump that is between you and your dream life. A lot of people never make it this far at all. Make sure that you stay tuned until the end of the video, because I have a ton of notes here that I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to show you how getting over the hump and obliterating your blocks and getting to your dream life is actually a choice and something that you can control for yourself, okay? I have been experiencing a lot of shifting, quantum leaping, reality shift. I mean, this is what I do, right? Manifesting, and I love jumping parallel realities and creating my life and creating huge, enormous quantum leaps and shifts in my life. So I'm gonna break down some of this here for you guys. This is number 5 in my series on how to obliterate your blocks and create your dream life utilizing emotional competence. So this is number 5 of emotional competence. So if you haven't caught up on the other emotional competence portions in this series, make sure that you go back to videos 1 through 4, and it's all going to come together for you. After today, we're going to be doing more on infinite manifesting portion, 5 more on those, and then 5 more, whatever we're doing today, we're going to get more in depth on it when we get to the enlightenment teachings portion. So make sure that you are subscribed, hit the bell, click all, so that you know every time that I'm going live, which is going to be Monday through Friday between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. EST. Okay, guys. So basically I have an illustration here for you, because I have like a trifecta. It's like 3 things, but then there's also like a foundational piece, and there's something that just brings all of it together. So I'm going to kind of show this to you. But what you really need to know is that I'm going to teach you in this video how to, like, what to do so that you can tip the scales and make it through to the other side to your dream life, to like the things that you're trying to get to, even when it feels really hard, even when it feels like, am I getting anywhere? Like, is this thing even on? Like, is this even working? I'm gonna show you how to manifest anyway, even if you're not even sure if it works. I'm gonna show you how to speed it up for yourself too, because manifesting is one of those things where when you're faithful, you find that it happens. But a lot of people have trouble remaining faithful when there are no circumstantial results or evidence to support the thing that you want to see. However, don't miss this part, because manifesting is, the art of manifesting is remaining faithful with no evidence whatsoever. Even when there is no evidence, you are faithful. That is what manifesting is. So that is the work. However, I'm going to break this down for you guys a little bit so that you understand the pieces that you can control and exactly what you need to do, and a lot of the parts that are going to support you in this journey. So what I have here is persistence. I got 3 things. You can take notes on that. I would take notes if I was you, okay? Because at the end of this video, you want to make sure that you have something tangible that you can, and actionable, that you can work on right now, today, tonight, to create a quantum shift in your life, right? So there's 3 things essentially that you have to have in order to get over that hump to your dream life. It's kind of like pushing through the first manifestation, but it's kind of like breaking through the sound barrier. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, we're trying. Oh, we did it. It's kind of like, yeah, busting through to where you reach this place where the momentum, the maintaining the positive momentum where you want to go becomes easier. So hold on a second. Okay, I hope that you guys, live videos, they're not perfect, but I hope that you guys appreciate them. If you do appreciate my live videos, me showing up live for you guys. Sorry, there's like so many notifications coming up. If you appreciate me being live Monday through Friday, just comment below. Let me know that you want me to keep doing these live videos with you guys, and I will. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see a little bit of my notes here. I'm going to show this to you. Okay, hold on. We're live. So okay, work with me here. Okay, so here's what I've got for you guys. my pen. Okay, so you see how I have this set up here? These three things are essentials, gotta have them, but there's more to it than just these three things, and I'm gonna explain these three things and how you can utilize this in your life. Okay, so persistence, you have to have that. That is a non-negotiable. However, we're gonna get into how to apply persistence so that it doesn't go too far and actually end up working against you in the wrong way. Because some people try to use persistence in an insistent kind of way. It does not work. We're going to talk about that. Now, transcendence. Oh my gosh, this is pivotal. This is so everything. You cannot have a perfect, magical dream life without mastering the art of transcendence. We're going to talk about that too, and how that, and we're going to demystify these things for you guys so that you understand how this is something very actionable and a choice that you have. Okay, and then over here, we're going to talk about acts of faith. Obviously a choice, but why are they a choice? Acts of faith. And then there's more that I want to say about this, because see over here, where in the middle I have continual engagement with education. If you're in the medical field, you're going to see my terminology here. But okay, continual engagement with education, because I put this right through everything, because it's like, this brings everything together and makes all the other things possible. Okay, so you can't leave that part out. So I have that part here. And then as the foundation, I have outlined faith, specifically faith, okay? And I'm gonna explain a little bit more about how this all works together and how you can actually make this very actionable for yourself. Right now, I'm gonna turn the camera back around. Okay, so hopefully you have your own notes by now that you're working on. So number one, we're going to cover persistence. Okay, guys, so persistence is dedication and commitment. Obviously, like, that's the easy part, duh. But the idea is like, how, why, who, what, when, where, why. Like, how do you persist in a way that is going to help you execute instead of bringing you down and making you feel tired, like you're trying too hard? How does this not become trying too hard? So let me just help you guys understand a little bit. Persistence is not continuing to try to like hammer a square peg into a round hole your way and trying to insist on something being your way. Or, you know, what a lot of people do when they're trying to persist is they insist on a specific, certain, particular way. That's not what persistence is. Persistence is possible, and commitment is possible, and dedication is possible when there's no back door. And I can't show it to you like this because you're not going to see it. It's going to be backwards. But it means in your mind, there's no back door and there's no way out. So this thing that you want, this is how you get over the hump, this thing that you want is going to happen no matter what. Now, the how, you can be persistent and you also acknowledge you don't know the how. That is the art of surrender. What part are you actually persisting in and being committed in and being dedicated in? You're being dedicated in and persistent in having faith, because if there's no back door and there's no option to quit, that is actually representative of true faith, okay? So it just means that, like, you believe it so much that the details are irrelevant for you, and so therefore, like, that is your persistence. Like, what are you persisting in? Your ability to believe that and know that, and then the way that you execute that, it's not going to be something that you have to try for. It's going to become more natural and inspired once you're in that place. So here's the part that you have control over when it comes to persistence, the art of persistence. You have to be willing to surrender the who, what, when, where, how. Willing to surrender the way that you think that it ought to be. Willing to surrender the circumstances. You have to be willing to surrender your tension and your aggravation, because your tension and your aggravation actually is a representative of lack, not of faith, not of true knowing. So it's this feeling process, okay? All right, stay with me here. So how to tip the scales. You got to be willing to surrender. That's going to help you persist. It's an act of faith. That's a small act of faith, which is another cornerstone that we have here. All right, let's talk about transcendence. Now, when you want to manifest, you know, a quantum leap or your dream life or whatever, as you move along and get closer, things might actually get harder for you, because what's going to happen is you call forth, like, what do I need to do? What do I need to be? What do I need to change? What do I need to see in order to make it through this barrier? Okay? And so, like, when something becomes more difficult for you, more emotionally difficult, more mentally taxing, when you reach greater challenges along your path, you need to celebrate that, because that means, oh, now I am able to handle what I'm seeing. And that's the reason why I'm able to see it, because listen to me here, this is going to change your life. When you're just moving along in life and you're not seeing any issues, no problems, no challenges, it means that, like, you're so daft, basically. Like, you're in this oblivious place where, like, you can't see ways to make improvements in your life moving forward. Like, you're literally just not at the level of consciousness where you're calling for a level up that is causing you to address core issues that will help you to move forward and level up in your life. So if that becomes visible to you, celebrate that. And this is a huge secret to how you manifest miracles, is by celebrating the bad, unwanted, undesirable things that come up in having faith. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. Okay, so transcendence. Transcendence is the art of transcending negative emotions specifically. So we're at this place where you're like, oh my God, like, I'm trying to make a level up in my life, and, like, everything just crashed and burned and got so much worse. Or, like, I met this person and I thought it was everything. Or, like, I got this thing and I thought it was everything. I have a greater viewpoint now, and everything just came crashing and burning, and now it's like this big weird thing. So people don't realize this. They think that they're just after perfection, but perfection is actually a result of the art of transcendence. You have to learn how to transcend negativity in order to experience the positive end of it. And so this means a whole different approach to negativity, guys. So here's a trick for transcendence. And this is actually part 4 in my seven-step program, which is, like, my most popular program. It's my most classic program. So in my 7 steps to consistent instant manifestation program, step 4 is what I call the reset button, and I'm going to give it to you guys right here. So when things come up that are negative, you know, ultimately we have to maintain faith. So how do you do that? Even though you feel emotionally distraught, even though you feel emotionally like, I'm not on board with this, okay? Emotionally, you're not having faith. What do? You, from your conscious state of awareness, you decide that I'm going to have faith no matter how I feel. How I feel doesn't matter, doesn't affect my manifestation, doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that I'm not supported, doesn't mean anything. I'm going to have faith no matter how I feel. No matter how I feel, I know that this is still going to work out, and I still have faith, and the body is allowed to experience whatever it's experiencing. The mind is allowed to do the however you want to see it, right? The emotional body is allowed to do whatever it needs to do. I still know. So this is, like, equal to that passage of, although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. It's like, it's fear is around me. It doesn't matter. That is how you maintain faith and transcend all negative emotions. And you can manifest miracles and quantum leaps that way. And this is a huge, like, if you persist in doing this, you will manifest your dream life. But hold on, I'm going to tell you how to fast forward it. So watch till the end of the video, because right now we're going to talk about acts of faith. And this is where a lot of people are lacking in their acts of faith. I spoke about in an earlier video on this channel, I pointed out the fact that what you're doing shows you what you believe in. The actions that you take show you if you're believing in lack or if you're really actually believing in your development and in your dream life. Are you taking actions based on, like, lacking and not believing, or are you taking actions and leaps of faith based on the fact that you know that you're going nowhere but up and you're willing to bank on it? So, acts of faith. So far, we have a lot of choices here. The willingness to surrender is a choice. Continual engagement with education is a choice. We haven't even got there yet, right? But this acts of faith is really where we see that we have choices. When you truly believe, you'll take actions based on that faith. So you literally can't even say that you believe if you're not willing to do something based on that belief, something from where you are. The point is, you're doing a lot of things from a place of lack. Find the places where you are able to get yourself to move in the direction of taking an act based in faith, okay? Move yourself to that place. Take those actions and heed those opportunities, because the actions that you take in faith create the biggest momentum and will get you over that hump and will speed up your results so fast. If you actually take those opportunities to do them. Because when the opportunities knock and you're like, no, I'm not going to make the effort, whatever, how are you going to shift outside of your current circumstances if you do not change who you are being and your current circumstances? You have to get outside of your comfortability level in order to become a different person who's in a different reality, who's in a different place, having a different experience. That person who is living your dream life is not the person that you are when you are not living your dream life. That person makes different choices. What choices does that person make? So this is very important. So the true test of faith is your action. You'll take actions when you believe, you'll take actions based on that faith, and that is what you're striving for, because that is the true test. But what makes action in faith possible? When you put together the persistence, the transcendence, and the acts of faith, like all these things really work together. But I think what makes everything possible, I think what makes the persistence possible, I think what makes the transcendence possible, I think what makes the acts of faith possible and reinforces all of it is the continual engagement with education, top of mind. You are going to think about and be about and learn about and do about and put your eyes on the things and read the things and listen to the things that are representative of where your mind is at and what is important to you. So when all of these things and manifesting your dream life is truly actually important to you, you are going to continually engage with education that supports your goals. This is what holds it all together. Find the things that ring your bells, that inspire you, that motivate you. Keep putting that stuff in. Do not stop, okay? No more Netflix and chill, okay? And I know this from personal experience, because when I start not being intentional enough or focused enough, guess what? Because top of mind, you have to keep the things that you want top of mind in order for them to gain momentum and grow. And if your growth is top of mind for you because you keep continual education coming in, all this persistence, transcendence, and acts of faith, ways for you to persist and ways for you to transcend and ways for you to take on acts of faith are going to present themselves to you. You'll suddenly have ideas about persistence that are actionable to you. You'll have ideas about transcendence. You'll be able to understand it. Acts of faith, that's not going to be a mystery to you because you're continually engaging with further education, which means you're drawing more into yourself. You're creating more momentum to support this life endeavor towards your dream life. And guess what? When you are consistently moving towards your goals, as you believe, so shall it be done unto you. It means that you believe, and ultimately, that's going to tip the scales for you, okay? So you're going to do these things, even when you're in your feeling place, it's not that easy. But you're going to transcend that resistance by knowing it doesn't matter how I feel. I know. I have faith. I'm conscious. I'm aware. I'm choosing to have faith no matter what. I'm choosing these acts of faith. I'm choosing transcendence. I'm choosing persistence. And that is an example that is going to be the testimony to the universe and to your vibration that this is what I believe in. And ultimately, that will tip the scales. And one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm here. I'm here and I feel differently. I'm a different person. And the universe, here's the best part. The universe shows you things that you needed in order to move forward. And they are spontaneous realizations. And sometimes they come through other people, sometimes, but it's a culmination of all of it. You will receive spontaneous insights that you needed in order to transcend your blocks that you were experiencing that were between you and your dream life. This happens to me all of the time. And I can quantum leap and become a new person all of the time. And I change so much and level up because of this, because I know if I just keep going, it's gonna come. And the universe fixes my blocks for me. The universe gives me those insights, because when you're in faith, when you're in alignment, you attract clarity and understanding, and suddenly unraveling your blocks is not so difficult. It's not so hard. It's normal, easy, and natural. If you're still watching, that means you like this video. So make sure that you click the like button, subscribe, hit that bell button, and click all so that you know every time I'm coming out with a new video, which is going to be Monday through Friday. Look for me from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST. And if you haven't already, catch up on the other videos in this series. They're going to be right here. Oh, by the way, I'm going live in my coaching group to teach Shifting Realities, a Quantum Leap workshop. So if you want to get in on that, I'm going to put that link below for you guys, a couple links below for you guys. I'm going to also give you a discount link for that in the pinned comment, so look for that. I got to go. I got to teach class. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.